Court dates can be rescheduled for a number of reasons. Sometimes judges set a court date as an internal reminder for themselves. So you'll often see these types of court dates set either at 7 o'clock in the morning or 5 o'clock at night when the courts aren't actually open. So sometimes those court dates are just a reminder that the judge is setting for themselves, kind of like a tickler, and then they will handle the court date. You don't have to show up to those. Other times there are court dates where your attendance is not required. You can often see this, some judges call it an omnibus hearing, different judges call it different things, but basically judges can set different conferences or different court dates where just the attorneys need to do something and show up, or they just need to do some kind of procedural thing and your presence isn't needed. If you have a court date set in like a first appearance center, for example, a lot of the times when you hire a law firm, the courts will reassign the court date to a different date once an attorney enters on the case. So the original date that you had on your ticket may not be the court date that you now have. So there are a lot of different ways that a court date can get rescheduled. If you have an attorney, your attorney, especially if it's Right Law Group, we will always let you know if you have to appear at a court date, when you have to appear at a court date, and if a court date gets moved. If you don't have an attorney or your attorney's not talking to you, number one, call your attorney's office if you have one that's just not talking to you, because that's a whole other issue. Number two, if you don't have an attorney, what you want to do is you want to contact the court information system. You can either go into the courthouse itself or you can call the help desk. If you happen to have the specific judge's court name, number, or the judge's name, you can also contact their clerk. In Colorado, we have all of those contact information, addresses, phone numbers, and all of that available online. So you can actually look up the individual clerk's access via email or phone and contact them that way. Regardless, as long as you're contacting and making sure you understand, you should be fine. But the key things to remember are when you have an attorney, sometimes court dates are set and then rescheduled so that you don't have to appear. It's more of a convenience for you. But two, if you're without an attorney, you need to contact the court as soon as possible to figure out what happened at that court date and why it got moved. As long as you're being proactive with it, you should be fine. But as always, if you have any questions, give us a call at Right Law Group.